The Sig Sauer P229C. Is this gun any good? Who's it for? If you want to learn more about this gun, don't go away. Okay, the Sig Sauer P229C, C standing for carry. Sig Sauer has been making the 229C for nearly 25 years and has been used by law enforcement and the Secret Service as well as the Federal Air Marshal Service. The 229C falls between the 224, which is a subcompact, and the 226, which is the full-size version of the gun. And the 226 happens to be the most popular, or was for quite some time, the most popular gun carried by the United States Navy SEALs. This gun, the 229C, is purpose-built for concealed carry purposes. It has a double single action trigger, being that, I'll do a quick safety check, mag's empty, chamber's empty, which means when you load up a mag, put it in the gun, you rack the slide, you put a round in the chamber, and you hit the decocker on the side. That first pull is going to be a long trigger pull, which is the double action, because you're pulling the trigger, and at the same time you're pulling the trigger, you're cocking the hammer. Once you get to the break, the hammer falls, the gun shoots, the round goes out, racking the slide again, loading another round, and then your hammer's in the rear position. It's already cocked and ready to go. So then every pull after that, every shot after that is just going to be the single action. It does have a decocker on it right here, so that way when you load a mag, you chamber around and you're going to carry this, you don't have to carry it locked and cocked. You can decock it, making it safer and easier to carry. Then when you pull it, if you need to use it, you're going to have that long first double action pull, or you can simply cock it with your thumb and you're ready to go. Let's talk about the sights. The sights are what SIG calls SIG light night sights. And a lot of the guns in this class come with tritium filled sights. However, this one does not. It comes with a blacked out rear sight and a green, fairly easy to see neon green front sight. They're nice, I don't have any issues with them. They are not adjustable. The front sight you could probably drift side to side a little bit. I hope you could see that. I know it's the light's kind of shitty right now. It's cloudy. Still bright for some reason though. But the rear sights you cannot adjust. But all in all, they're not too bad. Let's see. Let's talk about the grip. The grips are a wraparound G10. They start from here, and it is a one piece. Well, no, it's not really a one piece. No, they're separate, but they do wrap. It starts here. You've got a seam right down the back strap here, and then they wrap around to the other side. Nice feeling, good grips. I haven't shot it though with my hands sweaty or slightly wet because it doesn't have a lot of aggressive texturing. The back strap's not too bad. The front, that's not part of the G10, but that's machined into the frame. that feels all right, but the side kind of needs more of an aggressive stipple job, especially up here on the smooth part of it and then around to the back. But it does feel nice and ergonomic. Feels the hand well, just needs to be a little bit more aggressive. Let's talk about some of the specifications. Let's go with width. Now from the widest point right here, which is the mag release, the decocker's sticks out about the same. It's really not too much further, if any. And then over to the other side, the width is 1 inch 429 thousandths, which is just about 1.5 inches, and I did measure it off camera with the dial caliper. I didn't want to do it on camera, and shit's boring, takes too long. Height with the magazine in, from right here to the bottom of the mag, is 5 inches 146 thousandths. So about almost 5 1/4, just under 5 1/4. So it's not super high, but it is a little bit. So if you're kind of a smaller frame person like I am, and you're gonna carry it in the side at the 3 o'clock position, there is a chance that this magazine at the grip is gonna print a little bit. Barrel length is 3.5 inches. Overall length from the front of the barrel to the beaver tail, somewhat of a beaver tail, is 6 inches 718 thousandths. So it's a little over 6.5 inches long, which puts it in that compact size. The other guns that are similar to this as far as size goes that are going to be in the class is a Glock 19. Weight is 31 ounces. That's empty. It is a little bit heavier of a gun because it is all aluminum. It's not polymer. But the weight is nice. It helps to mitigate the recoil of the 9mm, which is not that bad. The gun also comes in 40 Smith & Wesson and 357 Sig. The 9mm, you're going to get a 15 round capacity in your magazine. Not sure if you can see that. The 40 and the 357 Sig, you're going to be limited to 12. So in the 9mm, you got 3 more rounds. Not a huge difference, especially when you're talking about 40 and 357 Sig being more powerful, especially that 357 Sig. I wouldn't mind getting my hands on a 357 Sig 229C. Let's see. I've got about 250, 300 rounds through this gun so far. Have not had a single issue with it. Primarily, I run 115 grain through it. Actually, that's all I run through it so far is 115 grain. Today I've got 147 grain ammo, Fiocchi. We'll see how it does. I've never tried hollow points. I've never tried aluminum, and I've never ever tried steel. Steel's never going through this gun. But today it's all brass. All right, so let's get down to the big elephant in the room that most of you are probably thinking about. How much does this gun cost? Okay, well, it's going to depend on where you go, obviously. But you're looking right around $1,000 for this gun, $1,100, $1,200, $1,300, somewhere on the high side. But I would say $1,000 is going to be a pretty fair price for this gun if you're buying it brand new. On the used market, $850 to $1,000, I suppose. This is not a cheap gun, so if you're looking for something that's a budget option, this is not going to be it. But if you've got a budget that's a little bit bigger and you want to go with something a little bit nicer, something that's got a bit of a pedigree to it, like Sig Sauer obviously does, then this might be an option for you. Anyway, with that being said, let's go put some rounds through this thing. I'm not going to get crazy and make you sit through a whole bunch, but we'll check it out, see how accurate it is. I'll do the double action pull on it and see how I do there. I'll tell you right now, I do need a little bit more trigger time on the double action, but let's get to it. Okay, so we're going to start out about 10 yards here. I'm going to run a couple mags through it. I'm going to start on the first round being double action, and we'll see how it goes. Got a failure to eject. All right, let's do it again, double action. Okay, so yeah, I missed on that first double action shot, so I definitely need to put a little bit more time in on the double action part of this gun. Well, every gun that I've got that's double single action. Most of my experience is on striker fired handguns, but I'm kind of starting to lean more towards the double action, single action type stuff. But very good gun, nice single action trigger pull. The double action trigger pull is long and heavy. The double action is about a 10-pound pull. Other than that, I really cannot complain about this gun. Accurate gun if you do your part, have good trigger discipline, and a good sight picture. Okay, let's move it back a little bit. This is about 15 yards. Okay, pretty easy. Let's go back a little bit further. Okay, this is about 20. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, no problem. Let's keep going. Okay, here we're looking at about 25 yards. A few hits, couple misses. Let's go back to 50. Okay, 50 yards, same target. It's getting pretty small. Let's see how I do. Another failure to eject. That sucks. Holy shit, that's pretty tough with this. You know, 50 yards is quite a ways for a handgun. Okay, I'm at 10 yards, I got 7 more rounds. Let's do a quick mag dump. Okay, looks like 10 yards is my sweet spot. So, the Sig Sauer P229C, what can I say about it? Well, other than the ammo issues that we've had today, I have never had any other issues with this gun in the past. I haven't put a terrible amount of rounds through it, probably 300-400 rounds, so, you know, that's not a whole lot to really be able to judge a gun's reliability. Today was the first time I ran 147 grain bullets through it, though. I've also ran Fiocchi through it in the past, 115 grains, and didn't have any issues with it. Again, it is made for carry, specifically purpose-built for that. That's what the C stands for in P229C. You know, with those malfunctions I had today, I really don't know. I want to kind of chalk it up to an ammo issue because, again, in the past I haven't had any issues with it. If your budget is a little bit bigger to be able to spend a little bit more money, you know, and Sig's kind of your get down, then you know, I wouldn't say it's a bad gun to have for a concealed carry. You are going to pay right around $1,000 to $1,100 depending on where you find it, so it's not a cheap gun by any means, but it is a solid gun, and it comes from a brand that is tried and true. That's really all I can say about it. Great gun. I like it. I'm going to have to get it out to the range a little bit more often, get some 115 grain, 124 grain, maybe some more 147 grain, see if I have any more issues with it. But other than that, that's all I can say about it. So I hope you liked the video. Please hit the like button, share, and subscribe. We'll see you next time.